Hey, this is Derek Hart, and I wanted to show you a moment with Eric and Denise where she says that her belief is that they have a codependent relationship. This is the footage from a year ago.
In the last couple months, it's become glaringly obvious that we are heavily codependent in a very unhealthy way. And I guess I'm wanting to break the cycle somehow and see what we can do differently.
Okay, so a term that my couples use often is codependency. I want to put this term in its proper place because it gets overused all the time. It is okay and normal and important to have needs in your relationship. It's also okay to have expectations. Most of us are not monks living in a monastery, learning how to master letting go of expectations. Hiding these needs causes much of your relationship distress. What's really important to know is that if you have a relationship that truly has codependency as a real problem, or it's really important to know if you have simply bought into the idea that you or your partner have become weak, needy, clingy, too pushy for love, and you've both fallen into a pattern of not understanding how to meet these needs. That's what's really important to know if you've come to believe that. To understand this further, I want to give you a brief summary of codependency. Okay, even if you don't feel like this topic or the word codependency is a problem for you, please watch the rest of this video because the healing of Eric and Denise's relationship is rooted in the new knowledge I gave them about codependency. So let me give you a summary. In the 1970s, alcohol addiction was becoming more understood as a disease in the mainstream and not just a character flaw. As treatment centers became more sophisticated, they recognized that the partners and families of alcoholics are also directly involved in the addiction problem. They termed the partners of alcoholics co-alcoholics. By the 1980s, it was determined that the treatment of alcohol and drugs had more similarities than differences, so the term chemical dependency was born. The term co-alcoholic basically got an upgrade to the term co-chemically dependent, once again referring to the partners of alcoholics and drug addicts. Being a bit of a mouthful to say, this term was shortened to codependent. So the term codependent described a person's compulsive choice to be in relationships with chemically dependent partners. And the term codependent enabler became somewhat popular. Let's see, codependent enabler. What this means is that the codependent does not want to lose the love from the addict, as thin as that love might be, so they spend much of their time preoccupied with trying to solve the addict's life struggles. So the addict, it's like the addict has a love for the drug and the codependent has a love for the addict. By the mid-1980s, codependency evolved to describe people that entered relationships with addicted, narcissistic, self-centered, egotistical, selfish, even controlling partners. The codependent person is a people pleaser that sacrifices and cares for others who will not care for them in return. Codependents, okay, how do they feel? Codependents usually feel unfulfilled, disrespected, and undervalued by their partner. As much as codependent people resent and complain about the inequality in their relationship, the problem is that they feel powerless to change the situation for themselves. Now, really, why did I tell you all this? Eric and Denise do not have a codependent relationship. Yes, it is definitely easy to see that there are no drugs and alcohol involved, but the problem is not located in Eric being too needy or Denise running away from closeness. The struggle is that they do not yet understand the process of honestly explaining what they need, being vulnerable about it, being crystal clear about the need, and expressing the hurts from the past about how often they have felt disconnected. This is what we're going to do as we move forward. Codependency is a far overused term and has eliminated for many people the understanding that it's critically important for us to give and receive love to each other. Often the best antidote to a needy person is teaching them how to clearly say the need and then directly meeting the need. Please have a candlelight ceremony or a casual conversation if this does not feel difficult for you both. If it's difficult, have the candlelight ceremony. Please discuss the following. Do you believe you have a codependent relationship? Why or why not? I'll be right here in the next video. Bye-bye.